This art-rich building, the Guido A. Zäch Institute, has been enhanced by various creations of contemporary artists. One of these works is the Ring of Life, designed by the Zhou Brothers and built in Germany in the foundry of Joachim Balzer. The 4-ton, 24-foot-high sculpture was transported to Nottwill on September 22, 2005. A police escort was required during the transport due to its extraordinary dimensions. On site, the casts are unloaded with the use of a crane. The 2 half circles are temporarily stored. Some parts are still to be welded on because during transport, the sculpture was prone, as it could not exceed 15 feet in width. Two pipes are welded onto the base plate. These will later be used on site to anchor the sculpture to its base. All dirt and dust that both sections have accumulated during transport is cleaned away, and the sculpture is polished until it shines. Now we move to the final destination. The question of how the sculpture should travel those final yards causes some head scratching. It needs to be transported over a meadow. Should one build a roadway, or could a helicopter be used? The weight of the sculpture would require a Super Puma helicopter, but this would raise too much dust. Both of these ideas are discarded. A mobile crane comes into use. Scaffolding boards must be laid down. The immense weight is distributed over these boards to prevent sinking into the meadow. The lower part of the ring has already been positioned without any problem and anchored to the concrete base which has been prepared. Then, as the welders set about fixing both parts together, some anxiety develops. The aluminum cogs, which had been fitted after transportation, have apparently bent during the welding process. During pre-assembly tests in the foundry, everything worked very well. But now, the unveiling takes place on September 30th, 2005, as part of the official opening of the Guido A. Zäch Institute. and the Zhou Brothers have flown in from Chicago. Since emigrating from China to the USA in 1986 and making an international breakthrough there, they have received many prestigious awards. In Switzerland, they became known, among other things, for their appearance at the World Economic Forum in Davos in 2000.
Auf dem Areal des Schweizer Paraplegiker Zentrums ragt seit kurzem eine 8 Meter hohe und 4 Tonnen schwere Aluminiumskulptur in die Landschaft hinaus.
It's a great honor to be here, me and my brother. I remember in the beginning of this year, we happened to be visiting the center. And then we hear the story and the history of the center. We was very impressed. Thank you very much.
The sculpture as a whole symbolizes flowing strength as well as immortality on the one hand. On the other, it expresses in its irregular form changing existence, fractures, fragility, and the forces of nature, as often experienced particularly by people with spinal cord injury. At the same time, the imposing combination of archaic elements conveys another message: that there is a grand community in solidarity with those extremely challenged through its support of the unique efforts of the Swiss Paraplegic Foundation.